Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca Harris and this is my presentation for our Health Theories discussion board assignment, in which we are explaining a public health model to a Martian. So the first thing I want to start off with is the table of contents, and it may look a little bit different to you because I decided that it is culturally insensitive for us to assume that Martians speak, read, and write in English. Luckily, Star Wars has invented a language called Arabesh, which is known as a basic language across many alien species. So I think it is safe to assume that if the Martians do not understand English, they will be able to understand Arabesh. So I have proceeded to make sure that my entire presentation is both English and Arabesh. So follow along with me. The table of contents for this presentation includes the introduction, the health problem itself, the health belief model, which is the model that I chose, as well as integration of the health problem and the health belief model, and finally my conclusion. Let's get started. So here's the introduction of the health problem. There has been an outbreak of measles in southeastern North Carolina. Measles, for those of you that do not know, is a highly transmittable disease among humans and Martians. While these cases are being treated, we need to find out how this outbreak began and how to prevent it from happening again. Luckily, we can use the health belief model to answer both of those questions. So let's further evaluate the health problem. Measles is a highly contagious disease that caused an estimated 2.6 million deaths per year prior to the invention of an effective vaccine. Measles causes a fever, runny nose, cough, red and watery eyes, as well as a very well-known rash, hence the name measles. Severe cases of the measles can cause blindness, encephalitis, which is the swelling of the head region, as well as diarrhea, dehydration, and in some cases, respiratory issues such as pneumonia. So the health belief model is one of the many public health models, and it has a few key constructs known as perceived susceptibility, perceived severity, perceived benefits, perceived barriers, cues to action, and finally self-efficacy. And I will go into each of those now. So the health belief model, part 1. Perceived susceptibility. That is a person's belief that they may or may not get the disease. In this case, it's the measles. Unvaccinated people have a 90% chance of acquiring measles after exposure, whereas vaccinated people have a mere 3% chance of acquiring measles after receiving both vaccines. This is according to Earth's World Health Organization. Perceived severity. In 2018, more than 140,000 people died from measles despite the existence of a safe, cost-effective vaccine all around the world including Earth. The health belief model, part 2. The perceived benefits. That is what a person believes they can gain from preventing measles. By receiving the vaccine, people can lower their risk of acquiring measles altogether. If they do happen to acquire measles while being vaccinated, they are likely to have just a mild form of the symptoms, and they are more likely to survive having the measles. Perceived barriers is someone's apprehension towards adopting a certain health behavior. In this case, the perceived barriers would be the common misconceptions around vaccines. There is a belief on Earth that vaccines are linked to autism, which has recently been disproved. Another barrier is that people are unable to receive the vaccine due to either their location, that they may live in a part of Earth where they are not able to receive the vaccine, or because of their health status. They may not be eligible to receive the vaccine because of health reasons. Part 3. Cues to action. Those are the beliefs that someone has that makes them want to take on the health belief or the health behavior. In this case, it's the presence of outbreak of measles in southeastern North Carolina. North Carolina is not known for their presence of measles, so this is very alarming for some people. There is also the fear of measles spreading to other people. If somebody has the measles, people may be afraid that they could spread it and more people could get sick. And finally, self-efficacy, which is the ability to receive the measles vaccine at any local health department. So it is very easy to be vaccinated against the measles. We have vaccines that are available, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be vaccinated. Right, integration. So this is taking the health problem, which of course is the measles, and integrating it into the health belief model. So as we talked about earlier in the presentation, we have two questions to answer. First of all, how did the outbreak begin? More than likely, an unvaccinated individual acquired the measles from another individual, and they spread it to the residents of southeastern North Carolina. How can we prevent this from happening again? We can ensure that measles vaccines are available and distributed around the world, around Earth, and beyond. So finally, here is the conclusion. Thank you very much for listening, and we hope that this helps you in your prevention of measles on Mars. If you are in need of any vaccines, I'm sure that you can speak to any of our local health department representatives, and they would be happy to help you out. Thank you very much. These are my references as well as the references for the images I have included. Thank you very much. I invite you to ask any questions or leave any comments, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day.